Dear children, today we are going to do lesson 13 Rabbit Rescue, which is a poem. In this poem, we learn how these stray animals face different types of kinds of problems on the streets, or how they feel sad and live a lonely life when these stray animals are not protected. And in the warm up activity of this lesson, you read a letter by a stray dog about its problems that he faces on the city street. And then he asks for some help that we can give to the give to protect these stray animals. We learn by reading that letter that we can help them by being friends, being as a friend to them, being very friendly with them, and showing some kindness, and also by giving them some little food and some shelter. So let's read this poem about a rabbit who's very lonely, and at the end of the poem we come to know that how he is very thanks the God for giving him such a happy life at the end when he is protected by the rescue group and find him a home that he was longing for a very long time. So let's enjoy reading the poem and do the exercises given after that. Now let's read this poem. Rabbit Rescue. Bunny Rabbit should be happily hopping around, but here is a lonely rabbit with a sad story. Let's read the poem. I used to be a lonely rabbit just looking for a home. I simply had no place to go, no one to call my own. I wandered through the streets and fields, in rain, in heat and snow. I ate whatever I could find. I was always on the go. My skin would itch, my feet were sore. My body ached with pain, and no one stopped to give a pat or gently say my name. And then one day I heard a voice so gentle, kind, and sweet, and arms so soft reached down to me and took me off my feet. No one again will hurt you, was whispered in my ear. You will have a home to call your own, where you will know no fear. And as she tended to my wounds and cleaned and brushed my fur, she told me about the rescue group and what it meant to her. She said, we are a circle, a line that never ends. And in the center there is you, protected by new friends. Some difficult words that are given for this poem in on this page is on the go, which means moving all the time. Sore, which means tender and painful. Tended to means to look after. So in this page we learn that how this rabbit is so lonely and he wanders here and there in heat and snow, and he ate whatever he found on the streets, or and he was always moving, and he had no home or place to go to. His Because of this wandering, his skin was so dirty and would itch, and his feet were sore, and he had body pain, right? And no one cared for him, even gave a pat or called him with a gently called his name. But one day he heard a voice which was very gentle and kind and sweet, and they picked him and said to him, very they whispered in a very soft way, in a low volume, they said that no one again, nobody is going to now hurt you, because now you are in the protection of the rescue group. So now once they picked it up, they gave him, they took care of him and cleaned him and brushed his fur, and they told him what they are going to do for him. Now let's continue the poem. We will do all we can by searching near and far to find the perfect home for you where you can be a star. I waited very patiently the days they came and went. Today is the day I would hope my family will be sent. Then, just when I began to think it wasn't meant to be, there were people standing there just gazing down at me. I knew them in a heartbeat. I could tell them, I could tell they felt it too. They said, "We have been searching for a special bunny like you." Now, every night I say a prayer to all the gods that be. Thank you for the life I live and all you have given me. But most of all, protect the bunnies in the pound and on the street, and send a rabbit rescue person to lift them off their feet. So now let's look at the difficult word. Here is gazing, which means looking steadily. And you need to know about this pound. What is that pound? This was a common practice in most English villages, where an animal pound was an enclosure where stray livestock and cattle were kept till they were claimed by their owners. The owners were fined before the animal was returned to them. Why? Because they didn't. They were fined because they lost. They were not cared, and they were. That's why they were lost. And for such neglect, they are fined. If the animals were not claimed, then they were sold at the nearest market, and the pound keeper took the money. So, this is how they protect the stray animals without any owners in England. Now, let's continue the poem. So, this rescue group people saved him, and he was waiting very patiently. And one day, when he was very tired of waiting for them, one day people came and just looked at him, and then in a heartbeat he could feel that this is the people, these are the people who are going to adopt him by just looking at them. And in a heartbeat he could feel that they also felt the same. And they said they have been searching for a special bunny like him. Now this bunny found got a home from because of these rescue people, and he was very thankful to God, and every night he said prayer to God and the life he has given him. And most of all, he was praying for the bunnies who were on the street and in the pound to protect them, and send a rescue person like he got, and had such a, now he has got such a happy life. He wanted all other animals to be in such a position. So we need to, in this, through this poem we learn how these street animals or the stray animals face different problems. By we can protect them by giving them, showing them some love and care, being friendly with them, and showing some kindness, and also by giving them food and shelter. I hope you enjoyed this poem. Read this poem as many number of times and learn the first two stanzas, that is 8 lines of the poem, and draw any one picture of this poem and write it in your copy, the first 8 lines. Now let's do the exercises. Reading exercise A. Tick the reasons why the rabbit was lonely. Number 1, it disliked making friends. No, that is false. It had, number 2, it had no place to go to. Yes, it had no, that was why it was lonely. Number 3, no one wanted to be friends with it. Yes, tick it. Number 4, it had no home. Yes, tick it. This was also one of the reason for his loneliness. Number 5, it had no one to call its own. Tick it. Number 6, it was rebellious. No, cross it. Number 7, no one stopped to give it a pat. Tick it. Number 8, it had irritating habits. No, cross it. Number 9, no one called its name gently. Tick it. Yes. Number 10, it chose not to have a family. No, that's wrong. Cross it. Number 5, complete the following. The rabbit heard a voice which was gentle, kind, and sweet. Number 2, the rabbit's fur was cleaned and brushed. Number 3, the rescue group helped the rabbit find a home or family. Number 4, the rabbit waited for its new family patiently. Number 5, the rabbit knew it was its new family in a heartbeat. Now, let's do the other exercises. Exercise C, given on page number 122 of your English 2 book. Answer the following questions. Why did the rabbit wander about in heat and snow? The rabbit wandered about in heat and snow because it had no home or family and it was searching for one. Number 2, why would the rabbit know no fear? The rabbit would know no fear because it would have a family to protect it now. Number 3, what work did the rescue group do? The rescue group searched for a perfect home for the rabbit. Number 4, what did the rabbit mean by it was not meant to be? The rabbit meant that even that day would go in waiting only. Number 5, why was the rabbit thankful to God? The rabbit was thankful to God because it got a family and lived a happy life. Now let's do some vocabulary exercises. The rabbit was always on the go, which is a phrase, and it is the phrase on the go is an idiom. There are several idioms that begins with the preposition on, right? So these type of phrases, with though the meaning, the words meaning is different, but when they are used in the combination of a preposition and a verb, these are called phrasal verbs and they give a different meaning, and they are also called as idioms. Match the idiom with its meaning. Number 1, on the go. That means very busy. Option C. Number 2, on the move. The answer is option D, moving from place to place. Number 3, on the run. Option E, avoid being caught. Number 4, on the lookout. Option A, watchful. Number 5, on the verge of means option B, very close to. Now let's do exercise B. Circle the words which tell us about a rabbit's body, behavior, way of moving, eating, and shelter from the words given below in the box. So the words are, let's complete the following with the suitable word after circling the words in the box and then using it in the blank. Number one is fur, that is the rabbit's body. Then behavior is timid. Timid is that behavior of the rabbit, and way of moving is hops, and they eat carrots, and the shelter of the rabbit is called burrow. So these are the words which you need to circle in the box. Now let's use these words in the blanks. A rabbit has, number one, has soft fur, right? The hair of the rabbit is very soft and they are called as fur. Number two, a rabbit hops around. How do they move? They hop around, right? Number three, a rabbit digs a burrow. Yes, they make their home by digging a burrow. Number four, a rabbit loves to eat carrots. Number five, a rabbit is timid by nature. They are they get very scared when they even hear a little noise also. They are not bold like other animals. They are very timid. Now, that's all for today, children. Complete these exercises in your book and copy and learn it well for your exams.